You ever walk into a place and feel like something's watching you? Like the air's just a little too heavy, even though there's no one else around? Well, there's a house in St. Louis, Missouri, where that feeling never leaves. It's called the Lemp Mansion, and some folks say it's the most haunted house in all of America. Ghosts in the halls, doors slamming shut on their own, and an entire family that was cursed by wealth, madness, and death. Yeah, this one's not just creepy, it's tragic. So with the Lemp Mansion, it sits just off Demonil Place in St. Louis. From the outside, it's this beautiful old Victorian mansion. Big brick walls, classic windows, tons of character. It looks like the kind of house you'd see in an old movie. But behind those walls is a story of one of the wealthiest families in the Midwest, completely destroyed by something darker than just bad luck. The Lemp family built an empire on beer. Yeah, before Budweiser and all that, the Lemp Brewery was one of the biggest beer producers in America in the late 1800s. They were loaded, like filthy rich. But by the time the 20th century rolled around, everything started falling apart. And what happened next is something people still whisper about over a century later. Okay, so let's rewind a bit. It all starts with Adam Lemp, the German immigrant who started the brewery. He made a decent living brewing lager, and by the mid-1800s his business was booming. His son, William Lemp Sr., took things to a whole new level. By the 1890s, the Lemp Brewery was this massive operation. They had refrigerated rail cars, ice houses. Like, this wasn't your average mom-and-pop beer setup. It was a kingdom. And the Lemp Mansion, that was their castle. But in 1901, things took a dark turn. William's favorite son, Frederick, died suddenly at just 28 years old. Some say it was a heart condition, others whisper it was something else. But whatever it was, William Sr. never recovered. He spiraled into depression, started withdrawing from his business, from his family, and then, just 3 years later, in 1904, he locked himself in his upstairs bedroom at the mansion and shot himself in the head. And that was just the beginning. Because what happened next almost feels like a curse. William Lemp Jr., also known as Billy, took over the family business. But he wasn't the leader his father was. The brewery started losing money, and then, bam, Prohibition hit. The beer empire collapsed almost overnight. Billy lost everything: the business, the reputation, and eventually, his mind. In 1922, he went into the office on the first floor of the mansion, sat down at his desk, and took his own life. Same as his father. And it didn't stop there. Billy's sister, Elsa Lemp, was one of the wealthiest women in St. Louis. But her marriage was rocky and she battled her own demons. In 1920, after reconciling with her husband, she was found dead from a gunshot wound to the chest. The police ruled it a suicide, but some folks still believe it was something more sinister. Then there was Charles Lemp, another of the Lemp children, quiet, reclusive, honestly a bit strange. He lived alone in the mansion for years. He kept a little dog as his only companion. In 1949, Charles wrote a letter. It read, "St. Louis, Motor May 9th, 1949. In case I am found dead, blame it on no one but me." Then he shot the dog, then himself. 4 suicides, all from the same family, 3 of them inside the mansion. And here's where it gets real creepy. Guests at the Lemp Mansion, now a restaurant and inn, have reported all kinds of weird stuff. People hear footsteps when no one's there. Cold spots in empty hallways, faucets turning on by themselves, lights flickering, and the sound of someone sobbing, coming from the upstairs bedroom. Some staff even refuse to go into certain rooms alone. One man swears he saw a figure standing at the top of the stairs, just staring. When he looked again, gone. There's also rumors of a secret room in the attic, a hidden space where the Lemps allegedly kept a child with physical deformities. Locals call him Monkey Face Boy. They say he died up there, alone, forgotten. No records confirm it. But visitors swear they've seen a childlike figure peeking out from the attic windows. Alright, so what the heck actually happened here? Why did this powerful, wealthy family just collapse? 1. The curse theory. Some people believe the Lemps were cursed, maybe by greed, maybe by their own sins. They had everything and still lost it all in the most tragic ways possible. The repeated suicides, the mental illness, the family drama. It's too much to chalk up to coincidence, and maybe, just maybe, the house itself feeds on that pain, like it absorbs the sorrow, the grief, and now, it doesn't want to let go. 2. The psychological theory. Others say it's just a tragic case of generational trauma, depression, alcoholism, and societal pressure passed down from father to son. Back then, no one talked about mental health. Maybe the Lemps didn't need ghosts. They were haunted by their own demons. And the eerie stuff people report today? Could be suggestion. You expect it to feel haunted and your brain fills in the blanks. But 3. The paranormal theory. Then you've got the hardcore ghost believers. Paranormal investigators have been to the Lemp mansion. They've picked up EVPs, those ghostly voices on tape. Some claim to have seen shadow figures, strange lights, even physical touches from something. And it's not just one room, it's the whole house. The basement, the stairways, the attic, especially the room where William Sr. died. People say that's where the energy is, strongest. Like he's still there, waiting. But here's the twist that most people don't know. The Lemp family didn't just disappear. A few distant relatives are still alive today, and they refuse to talk about the mansion. Like at all. They don't visit. They don't give interviews. Some even change their names. It's like the whole thing is just too painful, or maybe too dangerous. And get this, there's an old safe hidden in the walls of the mansion. No one knows what's inside. Some say it's just papers. Others believe it holds the darkest secrets of the Lemp family. Letters, photos, maybe even evidence. But the safe, it's never been opened, and honestly, maybe it's better that way. So what do you think? Was the Lemp family really cursed? Is the mansion just another old building with a sad past, or is it something darker? Could all those deaths really be coincidence, or is the Lemp mansion still haunted by the souls of those who never left? I mean, you couldn't pay me enough to spend a night alone in that place, but maybe you would? Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Lemp mansion is America's most haunted house? Or is it all just urban legend? And hey, if you love creepy history, haunted places, and real-life mysteries like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got so many more unbelievable stories coming your way.